with the top 16.
Yes.
We're going to get the decks in a few moments. As you can see already the bracket now, we see Adrian Dursun, who went undefeated.
Yeah, he
uh,
just had one draw.
Think, yeah, pretty good. He's playing pure Zoo,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken, and he's going to play against Søren Becker with his Burning Abyss deck.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, we wanted firstly to take this match as our feature match. However, there is a ABC deck around.
Yes, a 60 card ABC with
Exact-
some spicy, interesting tags here and there. So we rather decided to have this match as our feature match.
And that's Martin Fischer, who is playing against Joshua Schmidt, who
So-
played his 60 card Paleozoic, the
So
signature deck. We also see Joshua Osters, who made to the top 16, Sevin Cutter, Tom Birgutz.
several players that we had already in the
Exactly.
stream will be back. Maybe we will see back the Joshua revenge later. Who knows? Joshua versus Joshua. That
Could
would
be in the
interesting.
semifinal.
Could be in the semifinals when they're able to go through all the other rounds.
So I think we're going to talk a little more about the different decks in a few instances. So we could basically start with the top 16 feature match. So yeah, let's go to them.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Who's gonna start this round? Okay, Joshua Schmidt is gonna start with the Desires.
I think that's actually not that bad for Martin because his hand is like alright, but not great.
Yes. I can.
Okay, and so we just got for the top 16 the different decks. So we have one 60 card BA, two Zeus, two Infernoid Kaiju Zeus, 60 card, 7 Metal Foe Zeus,
Two of
Two
them
of
are
them.
60 cards.
exactly, one 60 card Minerva, one Spyro Zoo, one 60 card Paleozoic, which we see now live on stream.
And the ABC as well. 60 card ABC.
For the opening of Yasha, we see that he had normal summoned Swap Frog, sending Rolling Toad, and setting 5 cards face down.
So,
So optimal start.
Martin has the combo. He has Photon Thresher plus Union Hanger, but with 5 back row, it's going to be difficult to get the combo through.
I mean, he has a Twin Twister, so there could be a chance to, like, maybe sneak something through with the instant fusion and everything.
Both players are playing the grass look screener, so might be interesting. Maybe the Desires will make some difference here. Maybe they will be able to resolve it. Both playing triple Desires in the main deck. Which what I find pretty interesting is that Martin Fischer is playing a really small artifact engine with just one Scythe and 2 Sanctums in his main deck. Just pretty smart, I think.
Could be interesting.
Could be interesting because Scythe is also good against Paleozoic, so that they can't establish any boards, not going to their Opabinia place and their Toad place for one turn, which might be a pretty nice move.
So we see the Photon Thrasher, who is trying to sneak in some damage.
Yeah, 2100 is always pretty solid, especially when you're forcing the opponent later to use a Solemn Strike to even pour more life points. Another spicy thing that I see on Martin Fischer's deck is that he's playing triple Union Scramble.
It's a card that's special summoning
That-
back 3 different Uni monsters.
That's a trap, yeah. So maybe we will see some action of this trap as well.
So now he's going for the Union Hanger.
Yeah, now he tries to make his regular ABC shenanigans. Let's see if the hanger is gonna resolve or not. Joshua has nothing against it. No Alanoidus, no Dynamiscus.
Well, you could probably say that he choose to not use it here
Yeah.
at this point,
Maybe he just wants to wait for the Tsukiyomi or something, maybe with a strike or something.
or even for the Buster.
or,
could
or,
imagine
or the
that
Buster
actually.
as well. Yeah, we were reading the top cut, so we didn't see exactly what Joshua Smith was setting. Does he have a Desires as well in his hand?
No. It's Twin Twister, Instant Fusion, Fairy Tale Snow,
Ah, okay.
Lazuli, and
So he summons the Acor, which is getting booked, so he cannot properly resolve the hanger because its target is getting set face down.
Not sure if. I think he's trying to use.
Instant fusion now.
Okay, that's interesting.
I think he only plays the Norden as the only target for his instant fusion,
Yeah.
as far as I am concerned. Yes. So what is he trying to go or to do here? He's trying to
So
make.
he's going to call Xyz what now? Probably.
I'm just thinking what Martin would
Oh,
like
he
to
has
do
Book
here.
of Moon again.
Oh
Okay.
wow, double of them. He's opting not to chain the Twin Twisters to interrupt the chain. He doesn't have that many follow-up plays anymore. Having Lazuli is not helpful.
Looked a little bit weird to play off Martin, to be honest.
Yeah, and now Joshua's preparing his next turn to. I think he's gonna go for Oppinia or Toad.
I think you should go there into Toad firstly, mainly to like
For the
have
back row, just
exactly.
for the back row. He has a Merlin double demise, I think, with King Back Jack revealed. I think he's happy with the trap on top of the Merrill and drawing into a demise.
I think yeah, he's going to use it immediately, because at this point he doesn't want to have the demise. He just tried to push, and Lost Wind is amazingly good against the ABC Buster Dragon.
So now he's going for Opavenia. Having 2 trap cards already as Xyz material, he can search another one. Would you go for Olenoides here maybe? Just to pop the back row or the hanger?
For the back row, yeah. Could assume that. So Martin
It's
will.
gonna be surprising because he will be able to chain it.
But Joshua is in a good position. He drew a Solemn Strike for turn.
So I think he's gonna chain the Twin Twister for the remaining 2 back row and discard. I think Snow would be the smartest move. Okay, he's chaining another trap card, which is Reckless Greed, to further enhance his game state, getting more traps on the field. He has a Swap Frog in his hand, so he can still make another rank 2. Preferably, I would think it would be Toad, but he might also be able to.
Drew Maxi and
I think it Lost Wind is this? Not sure.
I'm pretty sure it's the Palo that can send back a banished card.
Eldonia.
Yeah.
So he could make here also an Anomalocaris if he wants to have another type of stun monster, which is not Toad. What would be?
It's maybe even possible to go for game at this point.
So he's going for 3 monsters already. With Maxi, it's a torrential tribute that he has together with the Solemn Strike. And the Maxi. Wow, that's so great. He has. I think he's just gonna go battle phase now. Yeah. Running over the core and the Photon Thrasher. And Mephisto's he's making the Anomalocaris play to get rid of the hanger.
Play is alright.
I don't see Martin coming back from now on here because there's
not that much drawn a Garnet.
Oh wow, that would be even worse.
Okay, so Joshua Schmidt is taking quite quickly the first game.
Yeah, let's talk about the side deck. Martin Fischer has some interesting cards in the side deck. He has, of course, the triple Denko Sekka, as well as 2 Royal Decrees, which he might want to side in. The rest is, I think, a partial Kaiju engine with Interrupted Slumber and several different Kaijus, as well as Imperial Order and Anti-Spell Fragrance, which I don't think that he's gonna side in.
Also don't think so. For Joshua, we have the Dark Hole, Raigeki, pretty standard. Maybe Penguin Soldiers, but probably not. Solemn Warning could go in as well, because negating ABC Buster Dragon is huge.
Usually I find it kind of difficult siding in Dark Holes and Raigekis against a Buster, which might just tag out and do more floating with the smaller
Yeah,
parts.
it's kind of
pieces.
difficult. Sometimes you have to like stop it for the next turn afterwards, like destroying the field and have a barrier for fusion to not die, basically. But we will see. I mean, Josh Schmidt is an experienced player, so he knows what he wants to do, and
Yeah,
so
I think the Dark Colon Rocket is still a great choice because of Denko Seka. It's
pretty
an out
much.
against her.
Well, question is if Martin is going to set him in when he's going first.
Yeah, that's the question. Because if he normal
Um,
summons it first turn, then yeah, that's gonna be interesting how Joshua Schmidt tries to play around her.
so we have a lot of questions, but I think only persons out there that can answer them are the players down.
Yes.
So we're going to game 2, or
I think
they're still deciding. Okay. So they're taking their time, which is alright, especially in a feature match. I mean, we already discussed that yesterday. Like, the pressure is immense or huge when you're in a feature match because
Yes.
it's just like not normally playing on a normal table.
I think Joshua is already a little bit comfortable with it. He
Yeah.
was featured already multiple times.
It's actually common for him, yeah,
Yeah.
like you said,
I
common.
think he should be used to it a little bit.
We try to make it as comfortable as possible for the players. For example, with the chairs, they're pretty comfortable.
Yes.
I mean, that's our own experience
Yeah,
up here.
Sitting here for several hours. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Is he gonna side in the Denkos or not? And is he able to normal summon it? Because you can always normal summon it, her in addition to the Zerafinite that you have on the field, so that you have a second normal summon.
For the bracket, we're going to update it as soon as we know any results.
Yes. We still have plenty time left, so a lot of players are still in their games.
Yeah, of course.
I would think that Martin would like to start here. He does not want to run into any of those traps directly first turn. He does not want to Joshua extend his plays directly on his first turn.
So the question is now if we're going to see ABC Buster Dragon, which will be kind of cool. I mean, the deck itself was pretty infamous back then, but I mean now it's actually something interesting to play, especially his version with triple. How was it called? The trap card?
Union Scramble.
Union Scramble.
Maybe we'll see some action from her. I'm just curious what they're gonna do with grass in this matchup. Are they just gonna side them out for something more useful? Just swap them for something else, or keep them inside because they know maybe that both players are playing still the Pot of Desires, which can you give you a little bit more meals. So he's starting with Lost Wind. Is it Desires?
Twin Twister.
Rota. He's
Okay, still no ABC Buster Dragon.
no Buster Dragon. He can make a pretty desperate Bujintei Tsukiyomi play if he wants to do
Well,
it from here.
It's not that desperate. I mean, setting Lost Wind and Twin Twister isn't that bad.
Yeah.
What targets does he play for reinforcement?
I think only the triple Thrasher.
Okay. So he's going to special summon Thrasher, normal summoning B, going into Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, and I think he will discard the other Thrasher that he has already in his hand. Just to see which value he can get out of his Bujintei Tsukiyomi. He actually also plays two Bujintei Tsukiyomi, so when one is dying, he still has another one.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't common back then.
Yeah.
So probably setting down 2 cards.
Yeah, setting his spell and his trap and activating Tsukiyomi. He's not detaching B, maybe protecting it from DD Crows or something.
Could be possible.
He's
And
drawing a
Oh,
hanger.
instant fusion and hanger. So
wow.
if
Okay.
you would have detached B, could have been potentially possible to go like
Yeah.
the whole way.
He actually plays also Traptrix Reflegia with the Floodgate Trap Hole if he wants to go for it, but I don't know how strong this card is because all the Paleozoics are unaffected
Exactly.
by this card that much.
But
So
I could see that he's going for Union Hanger now to not
yeah,
getting
of
hit
course.
by Dynamoscus or
Dynamiscus.
the MST. Searching A.
So the Twin Twister might be great in the end phase. Let's see. Next turn, when the Union Hanger survives, he has the Dragon Buster. Is he gonna use this instant fusion now or not? No, he's passing.
I think there's also no reason. I mean,
no,
he's going to discard A for sure with Twin Twister, so he needs the instant fusion to get A back to extend his plays.
So what is Joshua gonna do? Setting 5 and ending his turn. Okay, do we see an end phase Twin Twister? I think so.
I'm not sure if it's the correct play.
He wants to discard something else.
Not the in.
Does he want to discard the instant fusion? That's tricky.
I mean, it's
both,
alright.
both is tricky because.
I mean, it's alright exactly because if he's discarding A and instant fusion is blocked somehow.
Yeah. But the same goes also for A. If he's booked on the summon or banished, then it's the same problem for him.
So he discarded, destroyed, compulse, and
Olenoides. So
and he drew another terraforming.
Okay.
So that's actually quite bad for him that he discarded.
But you never know what you're gonna draw.
Yeah,
there,
absolutely.
so maybe he's just gonna use the Tsukiyomi first now, just discarding the A and trying to get deeper into the deck first and trying to bait out some back row maybe, because he's still gonna get the +1 from him.
Yeah.
Without using his normal summon right now and getting already 2 parts in the graveyard. So he has to do some thinking here. Don't activate it right now, otherwise you're gonna discard your terraforming as well. Yeah, I think he's gonna do the Tsukiyomi play now.
I mean, that's correct. I just said face down first.
It's back in the day, it wasn't that common that the Tsukiyomi survives 1 turn.
Yeah.
So, but Paleo can't do that much on the first turn to get rid of the Tsukiyomi. Let's see if he's gonna strike him or does any harm to him.
Barrier.
Or barriers him. Ooh, that's. I think now if he does not have any strikes, Martin can go for Buster from here on and try to control the game from here on now, because if he has nothing to stop the A normal summon, he's going to be in trouble. Oh, okay.
But the hand of Yoshi doesn't look that promising.
He's already down on 2 cards.
Well, Palos in the grave are always like second card
Yes.
or second way to go into card. I think he has to use the terraforming here to search the sea.
Yeah, I think he's contemplating to do first the damage to see if he's gonna get out some mirror forces. He goes for the damage.
Questioning myself, what is the last back row that Joshua has?
I would assume it's some trap. The problem is, I think he does not have any monster to go along with the traps later to go into any rank wars. Oh, he actually sided in the Kaiju engine. I see the interrupted slumbers already, which are not in the main deck.
It's quite interesting for going first, just setting in slumber. I mean, there is some interaction by discarding it with Puchingi Tsukiyomi, like getting the Kaijus.
You can also use them to destroy your own field to get some interactions with the field spell and the small pieces, but I don't think it's that strong. So he's going for Fiend Griefing in the end phase.
That could be really huge. Because if Backtrack is hitting a trap card, a normal trap card, he can go all the way for a Toad next turn. Totally awesome.
And he's shuffling back the B, so he has less parts.
So we see Canada,
Imperial Order.
And Imperial Order.
Imperial Order might just be an interesting choice to negate the Hanger. So he's revealing the Canada.
He's going to use it immediately in the end phase.
On
Put the A face down, which is alright. So he has already a spell card in hand, which is...
I think it's foolish. Oh, what is that?
That's possible. No,
Yeah, it's foolish
it's
warrior.
foolish. Okay.
Uh,
The problem now is like, Totally Awesome will get met for sure with Lost Wind.
yes, and he does not have any targets except himself to shuffle back, so he would lose almost his entire board, but he can revive some traps back again with the Imperial Order he has in hand later. The
So
question is now, is he going to activate the Foolish Barrel first or not? Yeah, he does it. Just to ensure that he has something to get back. Oh,
Backtrack, okay.
okay, backcheck. An interesting move would be here to go for Swap Frog, milling him, and going for Toad, maybe being able to recycle it and still go for some plays.
I'm not sure if I like this order, to be honest. Because Pot of Desires won't do anything if Imperial Order is resolving.
Yes. And
So-
now he is gonna be met with...
Totally Awesome.
Do you think he's gonna do it in his turn or in this
Correct
turn
play
already?
would to do it in the end phase.
So, yeah.
Would be correct.
If he's not doing it. Is he gonna do it in standby phase?
Or
bef-
he has to do it in
draw
the draw
phase.
phase,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he drew a Trick Clown. So he can chain one of his traps from the graveyard.
Trick Clown won't do that much at this point.
Just a beat stick right now. He will be able to... I don't think that he's gonna summon any traps now from the Lost Wind because they're gonna get ran over anyways. He's gonna set the card.
But I think, yeah, now the problem is he will have to use Imperial Order to...
Negate the Union Hanger.
And by doing so, his Pot of Desires that he's drawing is...
Useless.
Exactly.
What is the other card that he has set now?
The Lost Wind.
Ah, yeah, okay. He will be still able to trigger it to get a second monster on the... yeah, no. He will be able to just run over all the Noides, and he won't have any plays.
Oh, no, he has actually, because he can manage the backcheck to set the breakthrough skill, and like this he would have two trap cards to use. So he could go into another rank 2. So actually, Yosha is still in the game, or even though he's going to draw a useless Pot of Desires at this point.
Setting breakthrough skill.
Drawing for turn Pot of Desires, paying 700 for Imperial Order.
Going down on 1800 life points. So how do you think about Imperial Orders coming back to 1 with the errata?
It's much worse than back then. I mean, the card is alright, but you see that it doesn't have this huge impact that a lot of players assumed at the beginning. I mean, yeah, back then spell cards were like the most powerful cards around. Nowadays, it's rather the monsters. Which also explains, for example, that cards like Skill Drain are also one, or cards that
Yep.
are negating monster effects because they're more powerful nowadays.
So I think we're gonna see now.
I mean, it's still a weird position for Yosha because if he's going for a Toad,
He will
Martin-
met again with a Lost Wind, I think.
exactly.
This Lost Wind is gonna get a lot of uses today. It's gonna be used multiple times. Just gonna go battle phase first.
As he goes for Opabinia.
Yeah, and now he is gonna activate his Lost Wind and set it. What is he gonna search here?
It's actually a good question. I mean, what does he want to destroy?
I don't know. Is it Canada a good choice or Dynamiscus?
Okay, I think that's alright. I mean, he can banish a ladder if Martin is going to draw one. And with Imperial Order around, he doesn't have to be afraid of.
He needs to get some burn damage in or something so that the Imperial Order kills him directly. But I don't think that this is gonna be a matter. So now we again in the standby phase. He has to pay
He
700 life
drew-
points.
Oh, he drew a Dimensional Barrier, which is pretty good. To give him for sure another turn afterwards.
Yeah, I think next turn the Imperial Order will go then.
Next turn, Yosho is going to pay last time to Forerunners, so
Yeah.
in Martin's next turn, he's free to go with all his spell cards that he doesn't have at the moment,
Yeah.
but we could see some depending on his draw. I'm not actually curious what he is doing because he knows the Dynamiscus.
He has the Trick Clown to bait something out.
Well, he knows the back row.
Yeah.
Or it would be a kind of interesting play of Yosha to not sitting down the Dynamiscus at this point.
The interesting thing is, what does Dynamiscus target? Because he plays Cairngorgon in his extra deck, he could change the target.
That could be huge.
What does Dynamiscus directly target? Any card on the field?
Any face-up card.
Then he could just
open
banish his
controls.
Opabinia or the Imperial Order. So this is an interesting tactic he's playing directly in the main deck. Cairngorgon and Striptex of Lesia. So he might go for it, depending on what Joshua does on the normal summon. If he thinks he's playing this card or
I
not.
think he has to use the Dynamiscus at this point.
I think he is not believing that he's playing Cairngorgon because this card is not that very common.
Then
And he's
that's
actually
really huge.
busting it out, and now he is in trouble. Because Cairngorgon has 50 attack more than Opabinia, and he can just run it over.
The question is now if Yosha is using Dynamiscus.
It's gonna be getting backfired back again to him.
But I think maybe it's exactly that what Yosha wants because his Pot of Desires. Oh no, he still has to discard it.
He's
Yeah,
now
true.
locked. He's now locked to his card.
Okay.
And the problem is Cairngorgon will also interrupt the chain as well with targeting cards. So now he has to pay his last 700 life points.
Okay.
Cairngorgon coming in clutch. Interesting.
He also has a breakthrough skill engrave, but yeah, well actually that's already enough for Kangoron. Because there are no other monsters on the field.
He still has the barrier though. Okay. So he's targeting Cairngorgon. I think he's gonna chain to interrupt the chain.
Yeah, pretty sure.
At least this is the minimum because now he has nothing to lose to change the target. And he still has the Lost Wind and the barrier.
Which are like okay, but not great cards in the end. Because they're still triggered the trap cards in graveyard.
So I think he's gonna chain now to get a Trick Clown.
He's going to target Dynamiscus itself.
Okay. He wants to keep the Imperial Order for this turn so that he does not activate any spells, which is smart.
Smart move. Actually, not sure
if this is this illegal actually the play.
Yeah, that's the question.
Because Dynamiscus cannot target himself.
You're sure?
Can he? Because it's like activating Mystical Space on itself. Wouldn't it be the same case? I think he has to target the Imperial Order. Or the Union Hanger. If he wants, he can just change it to the Union Hanger because Union Hanger is doing nothing right now for him. Which would be the more smarter move because he wants to keep up the Imperial Order.
We will see. We have the judge right down there.
It might be interesting. So now they're also discussing what's actually possible. So he's just chaining. Then it doesn't matter anyways. The breakthrough skill.
So he's reading King Kong. He could chain it a second time.
Is he not once per turn?
He's not once per turn, but there's no
other target,
yeah,
so
exactly.
he cannot change the target again. So he has to let the banishment go through.
I'm not sure what he's thinking about. I mean, he gets back the Trick Clown, which
actually
gives him already a level 4 monster, depending on his draw. He's next turn free to use spell cards.
What is he doing now? What is he doing now?
Not sure exactly.
I don't think that you can change the target from breakthrough skill to any other trap card because breakthrough skill is only negating monsters. He can't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, of course we don't see Kangagon in use that much usually, so its effect is pretty unique and interesting in this matchup. So I think Kangagon has to be banished now.
Okay. So
So now he has to discard. I think he's gonna discard the Desires because it's dead now. And what was the last card he had in hand?
the card he drew for turn, I'm not sure.
It's Torrential Tribute?
Could be possible. With 400 life points left, he has to use basically on the normal summon,
Yes.
or he hopes that Morton is going to extend a little bit, like going to an XYC.
He just wants to get this 400 damage somehow in. So what is he gonna draw? Terraforming again. Wow. So now, how many parts does he? He only has seen in the graveyard.
And A. So he could go for B.
So I think he will do it on the normal summon on B. So at least to get another turn.
He doesn't get another turn because he can then summon Buster Dragon because he has C and A in graveyard.
No, when he does it on the normal summon, he won't be able to resolve the Union Hanger to attach it because the monster will not be on the field anymore.
Yeah, but there's already a C and an A in the graveyard.
I
If I'm
think
not wrong.
Didn't he shuffle back the one? No, he did. He shuffled back the B. That's true.
Exactly. And like this, he would also get a monster for the hand, for the effect of Buster Dragon to banish any card on the
He's
field.
going for.
Yeah, there's
for
no
the-
reason to.
So okay,
play it.
Joshua.
So Martin Fisher is taking the second game of our feature match in the top 16 with his ABC with around 10 minutes left.
Yeah. Really interesting to see the Kangagon in action, actually doing some work. He was putting in.
I
to
think,
work.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that Joshua wasn't
Expecting.
prepared, yeah, for King or Gong.
This is why he didn't banish anyone
Yeah.
on the summon.
Now we're going to see Paleozoic starting the game again.
I think now definitely the Denko Sekas are gonna go in.
They have to, yeah.
And then he's gonna hope to draw them out of 60 cards.
I mean, it's not unlikely.
No. Does Joshua Schmitz play somewhere the warning?
He's playing the warning and the breakthrough skill. Breakthrough skill, we saw it already in this game because it's also going against Buster Dragon. So could also see the Imperial Order again. Yeah, would stay in the deck. Penguin Soldier, I'm not that sure because the problem is
You can
it
just banish it.
doesn't do anything against Buster Dragon. Yeah, I mean against Zodiac it's like alright to bouncing a Denko and like XYC, but they most likely banish face down monster because they think it's a view progress effect and you don't want them to trigger it.
I wonder what Martin was thinking in game 2 with the Kaijus. If he's gonna keep them now in or keeping them out, because I don't see any harmony with the deck for going first with Kaijus.
Yeah, I think like I said, the only would be like discarding Slumber for Tsukiyomi, but
Maybe he was like, okay, I have the free grass, I need to decide something out. So he was like, okay, let's put in the Kaiju engine.
that could be actually a problem.
It consists of like 6 cards as Kaiju engine with 4 different Kaijus and 2 interrupted slumbers.
I mean, it looked interesting, could have worked out. So let's see. So Martin is pile shuffling, and then we will have our game 3 of the top 16 matchup between Martin Fisher's 60 card ABC against Joshua Schmidt's 60 card Paleozoics.
And we still have 7 minutes left, so I think we will see multiple turns before the timeout comes.
I mean, that could still be a factor, like at this point. Paying a strike could get yourself into a bad position, like we saw in the last feature match of Swiss, where like a Lullaby of Obedience
that
into
was
nothing,
huge.
then the strike. Well, strike, I think he didn't even use it in the end. It's just like paying so many life points could be crucial.
So they're drawing their opening 5 cards. He has a swap frog in his hand. I think.
Spell card.
Oh, we see a Denko Sekka on Martin's side. Oh, that's gonna be huge.
And yes, just like 2 trap cards and Demise?
I think it's
or-
Demise, so he's
Okay.
just passing.
Okay, but problem is, Tenkoseka alone doesn't do anything at this point.
Yeah. Oh, he has double A, I think, in hand. But he has Photon Thresher, but he can't do anything with it as well. Because it cannot attack as long as he controls another monster.
So I'm pretty sure I wouldn't go with Tenkoseka at this point because he has like no other play. Probably going with Thrasher to destroy the set tube. I would assume that it's Tube Frog. Then afterwards, probably summoning a try to get out the back row, and then setting down his own traps, which look like a dimension barrier.
What is the spell card he has in his hand?
That would be interesting to know.
It looks... I don't know what it is. Is
Hey,
it maybe Twin Twisters?
A Brilliant Fusion would be huge. Twin Twister could as well be kind of threatening for Joshua.
I think it's a Twin Twisters because he's already trying to activate it. Oh, it's a Dark Hole. So, he tries to play the Denko normal summon game now. He has, I think, 2 traps revealed free. It's all Anoides he put on top, I think.
Wouldn't agree with that play, to be honest.
So he goes for Denko and attacks directly.
If he hits the Dupe Frog, he will automatically lose at that point. Like, giving Joshua the Swap Frog to go for game afterwards.
He has the Swap Rock already in his hand.
He has... What does he have? A Solemn Strike and a Dimensional Barrier? Or... He has 2 trap cards in hand.
Yeah, he can't set them right now.
It looks really weird.
So, yeah. Oh, Dark
His
Hole.
own Dark Hole.
Yeah.
Swap Frog. Interesting of Joshua to not choose to activate backtrack on Marella to sending a breakthrough skill to the graveyard.
He draws Instant Fusion? No, Brilliant Fusion. Wow.
Would have been better last turn.
Yes. Now he's... I think he's just gonna special summon first the Photon Thrasher and maybe trying to get for 2100 damage in first. Maybe he will try to get the Brilliant Fusion going, but it will be met with an All-Anoides, I think he has face down.
I think he has 2 of them face down, 1 Solemn Strike and Mirror Force. So could be kind of crucial for Martin to try to power through everything.
He's thinking about normal summoning A and putting it back again. So he's going for the Photon Thrasher. I don't think that Joshua wants to strike this card.
I don't think so, no. Especially with his Mirror Force face down.
Yeah.
I would actually, at this point, I would probably just try to attack with Photon Thrasher.
Just to get the life points more down because there are 3 minutes.
Especially as Mirror Force couldn't recover any Paleozoic monsters from the graveyard.
Would be a nice bait, yes. I think he's contemplating what
using the
activating the Brilliant Fusion. Ooh, that might backfire now. Because now he has the All-Anoides in the graveyard, which can work really well together with the Mirror Force. Is he gonna use it? No, he's not using it. I think he wants to do an end phase on Anoides when he has 2 face downs.
So I'm pretty sure Martin will go into Nexus, just not sure which one. Could you imagine that he's going again into K-Gorgon?
He has different options. He has 2 Direwolves in his extract, 1 Castel, 2 Tsukiyomis, 1 Emerald, the Utopia package with Lightning, Kangorgon, and Stratex for Flesia. So he hits the barrier in the end phase.
And for Joshua, this is much better because now there's a Solemn Strike face down,
and
which doesn't do that much at this point.
Yeah, he strikes the frog, but he has already the toad in his grave, which he's gonna banish now.
Swap Frog.
Mm.
I'm not sure if it is correct to strike the swap frog at this point. Like, you could let get it through, strike the toad, and then he would have had already his normal summon, and Yosha could Martin could potentially go next turn another way, but now
He's getting back with Eldonia,
we see
the vanished swap frog, I think.
the normal Palazoic combos going into totally awesome Trasher, and leaving Martin just with his A in hand. Then foolish to send backtrack, and yeah,
He
that's
gives
game.
up already because he knows he has no other chance to recover this.
Okay, so Yosha Schmidt
Wins.
goes into the top 8 after a quite intense 2-1 win against Martin Fischer's ABC deck.
ABC deck.
It was kind of predictable as Yosha won the dice roll,
Yeah.
and Palazoic going first is
Really
huge
strong.
for every deck around. I think we're trying to get
Yeah,
Yosha.
let's see what he has to say about the game, how he felt here.
Yeah, absolutely. So stay tuned
stay
for
tuned.
the interview with Yosha.
Welcome back with the winner Joshua Schmidt after an epic game against ABC. How did you feel in this match?
Well, I was playing against a good friend of mine, so it was pretty chill. It was all right. ABC is like, I would say it's not the hardest matchup, but it can be scary, of course, because I knew he was playing like Denko and stuff in the 60 card version. So like, if he draws Denko Brilliant Fusion, there's not that much I can do. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean,
So I think you are the last player playing Paleozoics in the top 16. Do you
really,
think you are? I think so. Do you think you're able to get the victory today
I
with this
could.
deck?
Yeah, I don't know what matchups I'm gonna face, but it's possible. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to share?
I mean, like, I was really unhappy with how I played game two. I think that was pretty bad because I didn't think of the Cairn Gorgon.
Yes. We were also
Yeah, I was like,
contemplating. So is he seeing the Kangaskhan?
yeah, I
Because
was
we saw
like,
it in the deck
yeah, of
list.
course. I was like, which rank four is he gonna make that I can't just Dynamiscus?
Yes. That this was the only option.
I was
he had.
thinking about it. It's like the last time I've seen Kerrigan was just so long ago, so I didn't think of it. Yeah, and also that I put the Pot of Desires on the top, even though I should have known that the Imperial Order would be face up at that point. So yeah, I was really unhappy with how I played game two, but yeah.
Okay, then I wish you good luck for the next rounds, and
Yeah.
maybe we'll see
Thank
you
you.
again here.
Mhm.